Cable Bahamas has always been considered the innovator.
People can have confidence in Cable Bahamas as a mobile operator because of our past history. We've proven to the Bahamian community that we are in fact able to manage additional services as a telecommunications company.
Customers expect the best from Cable Bahamas.
The technology that we bring is revolutionary technology because we know that the Bahamian public, they deserve it, and Cable Bahamas is here to bring it to them.
We are ready. Turn us on.
V. Alpha Gray says he will have the last say on that judicial interference matter. The DNA leader calls Bahamar's delayed opening an embarrassment. Authorities report a major drug seizure at an Exuma tourist attraction. It's all about boats this holiday weekend, plus a look at NB12's Quote of the Week. We've got those stories and a whole lot more tonight. Happy Easter, everyone. I'm Bonnie Toot, and NB12 starts now. Tonight, Michael MP V. Alpha Gray says he will have the last say on that judicial interference controversy. This after the Free National Movement vowed to up the pressure on Gray and Prime Minister Perry Christie as the party seeks to have the agriculture minister sacked from the cabinet. Police have launched an investigation into whether Gray interfered in a judicial matter in his constituency on March 19th. Christie revealed last month that Gray has been stripped of his local government portfolio pending the outcome of that investigation. Gray has been silent on the matter since then. MB12 attempted to speak with the Michael MP on the sidelines of today's boat show on Potter's Key. He said he will wait to comment on the matter, but he will have the final word. It is alleged that Gray interfered after Mayagwana Administrator Zephaniah Newbold convicted 19-year-old Jaquan Charlton of disorderly behavior, obscene language, assault, and resisting arrest, and sentenced him to 3 months in prison. Gray has said he called Newbold and told him he could grant bail because an appeal was filed. Newbold told the Nassau Guardian, though, he released Charlton outright and not on bail after an order came forth. Leader of the Democratic National Alliance, Bravo McCartney, says Bahamar's delayed opening is an embarrassment to the Bahamas. However, he says he is not surprised the resort did not open last month as planned. McCartney says this delay proves that the Christie administration should not put all of its eggs in one basket. Simone Davis reports.
McCartney says if the government is relying on a private sector company to help save the economy, that is wrong. He also added that the hype that the government has created over the amount of jobs that Bahamar will offer Bahamians is unrealistic, and it should not depend on that, but find alternative ways to increase employment.
Bahamar will not be the savior of this economy. We wish Bahamar well. But for the government to say, man, jobs coming because of Bahamar? No. Now, the delay has caused concerns because I'm sure they were trying, especially coming up to the budget debate in June. They wanted to say that so many jobs would have been in place, that the economy has started to rebound a bit. But I don't see that happening.
He also questioned whether Bahamar would open in May, as officials revealed last month, just 2 days before its previous scheduled opening on March 27th. McCartney suggested that he would not be surprised if hotel officials announced yet another delay.
Bahamar has indicated that they may, or they will open in May. I don't know. I don't know if that's realistic as well. There's still a lot to do. I find it amazing that Bahamar is going to be opening and the dump is still burning. You understand what I'm saying? Because when that dump burns, the guests in Bahamar will smell it. And you know what the dump smells like? The same stuff that's there. And this government ain't doing nothing about it.
He also said there is far too much to be done before Bahamar is completed, and there is an even more important question. Is the Bahamas Electricity Corporation capable of meeting the electricity supply demands of the mega resort?
Question of the electricity for Bahamar. I'm concerned about that. Because what we got, I don't think could handle that monstrosity of buildings. I don't think it could. No way. No way. So So this was an opportunity for alternative energy, to use our water, to use our dump, to use our wind, to use our sun. Alternatively, in terms of bringing in alternative energy. But no, they want to use them same old generators that someone in the last administration got $300,000 for. That costing us all kind of money, and this government ain't saying who it is.
The DNA leader said he doesn't think it's better in the Bahamas now because of the many bad policies that the government has put in place. Reporting for NB12, I'm Simone Davis.
Defense Force Marines discovered $221,000 worth of suspected marijuana at the Exuma Land and Sea Park on Sunday. According to reports, Defense Force Marines and park wardens were conducting a routine patrol of the tourist attraction shortly after 10 a.m. Sunday when they discovered these bags on a nearby quay. Inside, 221 pounds of marijuana. The illegal drugs were transported to the Coral Harbor base before being turned over to police. Nearly 4 years after her death, the parents of Kelsey Sands are still hoping for a coroner's inquest to determine how she died. Jasmine Brown has been following the story since 2011 and has the latest.
Losing a child is never easy, and no one knows that better than Leonardo and Cielita Sands. Although they lost their daughter more than 4 years ago, they say time has done little to ease their pain.
Parents and persons who have lost a child, they would tell you dealing with the death of a child is a very bitter experience to deal with in this life.
For years, Kelsey's grief-stricken family has been calling for an investigation into her death. They've gone so far as to have a U.S. pathologist perform a private autopsy on their daughter. Back on March 2, 2011, Kelsey's parents came to NB12 News asking the public for assistance. Before the story aired that night, the 7-year-old died. She was diagnosed with kidney cancer several months earlier and was being treated at Princess Margaret Hospital. Since then, her family has questioned those surgeries. And for the past 2 years, they've been hoping to get those answers during a coroner's inquest.
We need this inquest. We want to make an appeal to the powers to be. We want to make an appeal to the Prime Minister, Mr. Perry Christie, to the Commissioner again, Mr. Greenslade, to the Attorney General, Mrs. Maynard Gibson, and even to the present coroner, Weech Gomez. We as a family, we need this inquest in order to move on with our lives, to get proper closure into the death of our daughter.
Despite being given 5 dates by the previous coroner, Linda Virgil, in 2013, the case has yet to move forward, as files have yet to be forwarded there. The inquest is not expected to assess guilt or innocence, but simply state how the victim died and possibly make recommendations to suggest ways of preventing similar deaths in the future. The family is hoping to learn if medical negligence played a role in Kelsey's death. Sands says while years have passed, they do not plan on giving up.
The value of a life, especially at the time Kelsey was our only child, is priceless. We are prepared as a family to stop at nothing. We will not be silent. Our daughter case will not be another statistic.
Our news team attempted to contact hospital officials. However, our calls were unreturned up to airtime. Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Brown.
In a continued effort to promote sloop sailing in the Bahamas, the Ministry of Agriculture sponsored a one-day boat show at Potters Key Dock today. Hundreds of people gathered at Potters Key this afternoon to view those boats and enjoy all things Bahamian. Officials also honored boat captain Emmett Monroe, who has won many sailing competitions over the past 40 years. Minister of Agriculture V. Alfred Gray called it an historic event.
Today is indeed a red-letter day in the history of our country, as we pause to celebrate for the first time a legend in this way. The name Emmett Monroe is certainly legendary. He has done a lot for the sport of sailing, sloop sailing, but more than that, he owns several mail boats, and he has been around boats, I suppose, all of his life.
Prime Minister Perry Christie also applauded Monroe for his contribution to the development of sailing in the Bahamas.
You know, and it's very interesting to see, as small as you are, you from Ragged Island have had a mighty impact. One way or the other, people know you exist. So I'd like to say that as a third point to the Ragged Islanders here, the fact that the government of the Bahamas will be establishing a Defense Force base at Ragged Island will institutionalize the circulation of more money in that community.
Captain Monroe said he hopes young men would follow in his footsteps and keep sloop sailing alive.
I want all the young men from the Bahamas to take part in and to follow the elder and do like what they do. And carry the flag of the Bahamas high and be proud. And as long as I live, that's what I intend to do. Carry the Bahamas, because I'm proud of the Bahamas and every country I've been to. And I've been to a lot. And I don't love no place like I love the Bahamas.
When NB12 returns, we take a look at the most memorable clips of the week, so stay with us.